Hey, how's it going today? We're getting ready to go into Walmart and we're going to get a new fishing pole. So with this, we're also going to get some of the simplest things to where you'll be able to catch fish the easiest way. So this is going to include a bobber, or some bobbers, some hooks, and a few split shot sinkers. So we're completely starting from scratch. I'm going to go the cheapest route, but I'm also going to go a quality route too, to where we're not buying the little bitty fishing poles that are going to break every time you cast them. So stay tuned for this. This is going to be the how-to fish for beginners starting from scratch. Okay, we're going to go with the $43 Proficiency pole. We need some hooks. We'll go with the number 4s. And number 7 sinkers. So this should keep us under $50. And we need bobbers. Let's go next. So there we go. $43. $2. So that's $45. $46. So yeah, we should be under $50. Okay, we're back in the boat. Got back from Walmart and I ended up spending $71.73, but a lot of that was I bought some extra fishing stuff. So the grand total came to $52.14. So that was for just the simplest setup for catching fish. So let's put it all together. Okay, that sun is just right in my eyes. All right, first thing we bought was the fishing pole. This is the Proficiency spinning combo. It did come with a few lures, and it is a 2-piece, so it's gonna be easy to break down. Now, what you wanna do, we'll go ahead and piece this thing together. So you can see it comes in 2 pieces. We're going to line up the eyelets. So here's our separation right here. We want this eyelet lined up with this eyelet. So we're just gonna make sure they're straight. Now, what you wanna do is flip this bail. And that's gonna let that string free fall. We're gonna run the string through the eyelets. Okay, once we got all the string in, we are going to flip this bail so that string don't come out anymore. So we got the bobbers, we've got the hooks, and we got the sinkers, and number 7s. First thing we're gonna do is tie on our hook. Okay, here we're gonna tie a knot. We got the eye of the eagle claw and the end of the fishing line. We're gonna put the line through the eye. We've got our main line, this end here, and we got our tag end. The tag end is the very end of your fishing line. And we're gonna wrap around our main line, the tag end around the main line, about 7 times. And we're gonna send our tag end through this loop by the eye. I'm gonna grab our tag end, and we created another loop right here. And we're gonna send that tag end right through that loop. We're gonna grab that tag end, we're gonna pull down tight. And that has created that knot. And our next step is going to be the bobber. Now this bobber has a spring. If we pull this spring down, it'll expose, you can see that little slot right here above my fingers. See if I can twist it here. So there's a little slot right there. You're gonna pull the string down, or pull the spring down, expose that little slot, and put your string through it. Now right now we've only got this bobber sitting at about a foot. How high you put that bobber up your string is really going to be determined on where the fish are and how deep they are. So if you're fishing from bank, the best way I could say to do it is put your bobber about 1.5 feet. And if you're pulling up a lot of grass and stuff like that, you know, adjust your bobber. You can pull that string down and slide, or pull the spring down and slide your line up a little bit. That's going to decrease how much string you have out. So, but if you feel like the fish are deeper and your bait's not getting down to them, again, pull that spring and pull some string through, and that's going to make it deeper. Our next step is going to be a split shot. Why a split shot? Why am I putting a split shot on? It's because worms don't sink real well. So we're doing this setup for night crawlers or red wigglers and stuff like that. So, but they don't sink real fast. So I like putting a split shot on it. So this is just a little sinker. It's a ball sinker. It's got that split in it. And we're going to put that, here's our hook. We're going to put that right just a little bit above the hook, maybe about 3 or 4 inches. You can just smash it down, and that sinker's on there. So we've got our bobber, we got our sinker, and we've got our hook. I don't want to get live worms, and just for the sake of this video, I didn't want to kill a worm just for the video, so I bought fake worms. So we got our worm, we got our hook. Now we're going to thread this worm through the hook. I'm going to punch it through. We're going to send it up a little bit, and then pop that hook through. And we're going to take some of this tail end, and we're just going to pop it through that hook. Now you can do this once or twice, it don't matter. But you want a little bit of that tail end so it's moving. So here we go. We are set to fish. We've got our bobber, we got our sinker, we got our hook with our worm on it. If you're fishing a small pond or a small area, you know, you're going to catch a little bit of everything with the bobber setup. It's one of the easiest ways to catch fish, and it's one of the funnest ways to catch fish. There's no professional fisherman out there that doesn't like catching bluegill or panfish. So this was it. Again, about $54. We bought everything we needed. You take care of this, and it's going to last you years. Clean it up after, you know, if you get it dirty, clean it up, take care of it, and it's going to just be a great little rod and reel setup. Again, this is the Proficiency. This one is 5'6", so it's a smaller rod and reel setup. So your drag is right here. This is going to determine how much force it takes to pull that string out without having your bell flipped. So if I flip my bell, all that string, you know, your string's gonna come out. So when you have a big fish and it's fighting you, it's trying to swim away, it's gonna be pulling this drag. Now you don't want it so loose to where it's just coming out so easily. So yeah, that's not what you want. You want it tight enough to where it's going to take some force to get that drag to kick in. So you're going to tighten it up a little bit. There, it's taking a little bit more force. And that's pretty much the gist of the spin and reel combo. Again, we spent like $54 on it. We got everything from a bobber to the sinkers to the hooks, and your next purchase would be worms. If you're starting out, just get you a basic little spinning combo, just like we just showed, and practice with it. And the more you practice with it, you know, of course, the better you're gonna get. But take the opportunity to go out and catch a fish. Everybody should be able to catch a fish. Everybody should at least once in a lifetime catch a fish. Fishing is so much fun. It's a good pastime, and it's a good way to get in outdoors and just test yourself. Can I catch that fish? Is Am I doing everything right to catch that fish? You know, why aren't I catching a fish? You know, maybe instead of using a worm, I've tried putting a minnow on it, or, you know, I try putting a cricket on it. You know, there's so many variables that go into fishing, and you just give it one shot, one opportunity to go out and catch you a fish, and you will absolutely love it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, this is the very beginning of from scratch. You're fishing from scratch. So this video was for people that don't have a fishing pole, you know, and just don't know how to do it. So again, we went to Walmart. We picked us up all this fishing gear for just, you know, it was a 54. I keep saying 54. I think it's $54. So, you know, and if you take care of this stuff, it's gonna last you a long time. So take care of your gear, take care of yourself, and God bless.